All right, welcome back to book club. We are going through each chapter of Move Over Extroverts, but don't worry if you haven't read the book, that is okay. We're still going to have a good discussion. And today's topic is how your physical and mental energies are connected to each other. We're still in the first section of the book, which is the energy management section. And today's topic is really about, without any of us being doctors, how the physical energy is connected to the mental. So we're going to talk through sleep, nutrition, hydration, and exercise, and anything else that you guys want to talk about. So let's start with sleep. I have a two-part question for everyone, and feel free to come off mute or pop in the chat with your answers. Part number one, how much sleep on average do you get per night? And part number two, how much sleep do you need per night? And they might be different numbers. So how much are you actually getting, and how much does your body tell you it needs?
I'm super lucky. I've always slept pretty well. I mean, as I'm getting older now, unfortunately, sometimes if I do wake up, I've got to get up or go to the restroom. That's lovely. But anyway, I find that I need at least 7 hours to feel good, and I like to get like 8 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm in that same boat. Brenda, how about you?
Same here. I may not get the full seven. Technically, maybe about a day. Well, yesterday was day two. I started a sleep apnea machine,
Oh,
a CPAP machine. So
okay.
hopefully that'll help me get a little better sleep.
How's it been so far?
A little different, you have to sleep with something on your head, and I have the one that go across my nose, so it's a lot different. But I'm still sleeping. I'm still finding I'm sleeping. I think it is the extra pressure. I
Mm,
think it's the biggest thing going through my nose while I'm trying to sleep.
yeah, I'm sure it takes getting used to. My former father-in-law slept with a sleep apnea mask, so I'm familiar with it, but I've not experienced it myself.
Yeah, it's okay. Not so bad.
Well, hopefully it helps in the long term.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Ina says in the chat she averages 6 hours. You might need seven. Yeah. We had someone else just join us. Lavinia, welcome. We're talking about sleep. How much do you get and how much do you actually need? And I need I need about 7 to 8 on average. Some nights if I don't sleep well, I will need 9 to catch up. So I really try my best, and last night was not a good example, but I try my best to go to bed early enough, like between 10 and 11, so I have the time to get enough sleep. I'm never going to be a 5 a.m.er. That's not in my journey. Um, but last night, Keith and I, my partner, we were just up late talking. We were actually walking around and like pacing outside because it was nice and warm still in the evening. And we ended up talking for like 3 hours and walking. And so I didn't get to bed till midnight. So I got about 7 hours of sleep, maybe six. So I'm going to need to catch up tonight. But what I see a lot in this industry is people really trying to get up super, super early, which is great, only if it doesn't cut into that sleep time. So if you're somebody getting up at 5, back into like maybe you need to go to bed at like 9 or 10. So anyone else have thoughts or comments on sleep before we move on to something else?
I think I've learned a lot from a friend of mine. She's actually nocturnal. And luckily now she's retired, so she doesn't have to worry about it. But she actually, her rhythm, her circadian rhythm is different from other people.
Mhm.
So she literally goes to sleep at like 5:30 in the morning and gets up at like 1 in the afternoon. And she's found that she's so much happier and so much healthier. I think we just have to figure out what works for us,
Yeah,
and that's what's really, really, really important. Yeah, figuring out
absolutely.
your time and when it's good for you.
It is, and it's different for everyone. Absolutely. And if that can work into either a retirement schedule or a work schedule, I know one of us is in the Philippines and works nocturnal hours. So I don't know if I could do it. I really don't. But I give everyone a lot of credit who does. Um, and that's the thing. That's what we're always talking about. There's always a place for everyone, every schedule, every type, every personality. There's a place for all of us. Yes. Sleep is good. I like sleep. I also like naps. So, how do you feel if you don't get enough sleep? How does that show up in your business? How does that manifest?
You're
I
not
lose
sharp like you.
focus.
I'm sorry.
Go, Brenda. You go.
Okay. Well, you're not mentally sharp like you would normally do. You're not possibly processing some things. May take you a little longer to process. And if you're like me, you're gonna yawn all day long, and that is very rude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I find that I can't focus on things. I'm not as productive. I mean, I can seriously waste a whole day with an upset night of sleep. And a perfect example was July 4th because I have a dog who's nervous, and then I have a guest dog who's nervous, and they were shaking. I mean, it was like a war zone in my neighborhood because we're Florida and anybody can buy fireworks anywhere they want. And yeah, so yeah, it was a horrible evening. And yeah, the next day I was just dragging.
I hear you. All right, so sleep is good. It sounds like everyone is doing well with their sleep. That's excellent. How about, I forget what order I said these in, but we'll just roll into nutrition. How does that show up? If you're eating good things, usually you're feeling better, and that affects your mental energy and your capacity to be at your highest and best level. Does anyone have an example of something they do purposefully to take care of their nutrition, or an example of where you've kind of fallen off? And I know I was traveling 2 weeks ago. I took a road trip, which means all the fast food, and I felt it. I gained 20 pounds and I felt terrible, and it was just not really, but I could feel it a lot. And it wasn't good. And it affected my energy and how I was showing up.
Yeah, I've been trying this new way of eating, and it's been hard because it's cutting out sugar and flour, which
Ooh.
mostly that means fruits, vegetables, and
Mhm.
proteins, and you're also watching how much you have. But what I have also found is that I stopped a lot of caffeine, and that has changed me tremendously. I'm trying something different. It's something through Juice Plus that I love. It's called Luminate, and this Luminate helps you. It's got caffeine, but it's natural caffeine from the coffee berry, so you don't feel the zoom or you don't feel the peak and then the plummet. And I love that stuff. So I've been substituting that for coffee, and I can't tell you, I feel so much better, so much.
Oh, that's awesome.
Kind of same here. I am personally going through a management with a dietitian due to some personal health issues that I currently have. I'm also changing the way I eat. So the coffee I'm working on, I only drink it once a day, like in the morning when I'm at my primary job. Um, but I don't really drink it a lot throughout the day. But I can tell whenever you begin to eat right, once your body begins to get adapted to the changes you eat, you actually have more energy and you start feeling a lot better. What I noticed.
Yeah.
Cutting out the fast food, the fries, and the different things like that. Actually, it doesn't just help your body, it also helps your mind and it helps your daily day processing.
It does. It's weird. That's why I put a whole, I mean, it's a tiny chapter, but it's in there. It's weird how connected it is. You wouldn't think that, but it's completely intertwined. I'm just going to read the comment in the chat for everyone who's watching the replay. don't drink coffee. It gives me palpitations and acid reflux. Oh, matcha. So I have heard good things about matcha. I cannot get over the chalkiness for me. I can't do it, but I want to because I've heard it's so good for you. I recently switched from coffee. I don't know if it's going to be a full-time forever thing, but I'm trying out this thing called Rise. Keith and I have been inundated with Instagram ads, and he finally gave in and purchased it. And so we have it's made out of mushrooms and it's a powder and it kind of tastes like a earthy hot chocolate. So you just mix it with hot water. I think there's a little bit of caffeine, but it's more just like the nutrients of the mushrooms. So I don't know. I haven't noticed a difference, but I do kind of miss the taste of coffee, like the ritual of it. So I don't know. We'll see. And it's expensive.
Rise mushroom coffee is expensive.
Have you
That's
tried
why
it?
I have not tried it. I actually went the other direction with the Juice Plus product. So, um, yeah. So I think I no, I don't, and I've been tempted to, but and matcha, yeah, it's a really earthy flavor. There's a lot of people that don't like matcha because of that. My daughter loves it, but
I think it's a love-hate thing. I know a lot of people who love it, and I've tried it a few times. Maybe I just haven't found the right brand or the right concoction. But yeah, I mean, I'm overall very much in favor of balance. So I don't like diets. I don't like restrictions. I think it has its place for a period of time. It's kind of like how later in the book we talk about being out of your comfort zone, but not living there, and just being there for a purpose for a time period, and then knowing that it's just for that time period, and then you can go back. So I don't know. For me, I'm about the balance. If I told myself I couldn't have French fries anymore, I would lose my mind. So I need to have dessert. I need to have things. I just can't have too much of it. So for me, it's like limiting that to either less frequency or a smaller portion or both. Like last night, I had pizza and cookies, but for lunch, I had a salad. So and then I went to
that's
yoga this morning. So
I
I like
have I have never struggled with my weight until I hit my 50s. So it's all I know it's all hormonal, but I got to a point where no matter what I was eating or how little I was eating or how much I was fasting, nothing was going anywhere. So this
mm,
bright line eating was the first way that I have found that I actually lost weight. So, and I don't diet either. Never have all my life. I never had to. But when I hit that hormonal stage, there was no turning back. There was nothing coming off. It was just there. It wasn't going. So I'm really excited to have found this because I've not in it. If you maintain it, like you said, Ashley, I've done the little cheats here and there. I still have yet to. I've plateaued, but I've not gone backwards with this way of eating because I'm compensating the rest of it with it. So I'm very happy where I'm at with this, even though it's not. And I think I'll adopt it for the rest of my life because the weight is slowly dropping. And when I get comfortable with where I'm at, then I'll stop and just do a maintenance program.
that's great. It's all very personal and individual too, and I'm sure it does change over time with age. You guys have me worried for my 50s, but I guess I'll survive it. All right, Brendo, what you got?
I was just going to ask, do you cook your French fries in maybe an air fryer to kind of
I don't
eliminate
make
some of
them.
the grease and stuff that would make it a little bit more healthier?
That's true. I've never really cooked them. I just get them when I'm out at a restaurant.
Oh, okay. So I'm avoiding fries. That's one of my outs right now. Nothing, French fries. So when I go to lunch, I try not to go places that specify French fries. Like if you don't have a salad or if you don't have anything else that I can get in lieu of fries, then I try not to go there. If anything, if it maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks as a treat.
I like that. I also like treats that are maybe more pricey or difficult to get to. Like we have Sweet Greens here in the Northeast, and it's this salad chain that's kind of high end, and it's like $20 for a salad, but it's really high quality ingredients. It's a pain to get to because there's not one that's super convenient for me. It's out of the way. So that is a good treat every once in a while where it's still healthy, but it feels indulgent. So that's a good thing as well. But again, not an expert, just my own experiences. But I do feel better when I have those salad days versus burger and fries days. And I have more energy. So, how about hydration? I know water is like the key to everything, and everyone's walking around with those giant water bottles. I am not that person. I wish I was. Um, how's everyone doing on their water journeys? And how does it affect your energy? Let's tie it back to that.
It's super affected me, and I found out again, same time frame. So get ready for your 50s, Ashley. Sorry, just saying, it's coming whether you like it or not.
I know.
I actually had an episode where I um, had an anxiety attack from dehydration.
Oh
So
no.
if you can, and here's the funny thing, and not an anxiety attack in what we would normally feel like a panic attack coming on. I literally almost passed out, and then I would shake from my waist down uncontrollably for about 45 minutes.
Oh my God.
Came to figure out that the times that I had those episodes, I was putting it all together. It would be an evening out with a couple of glasses of red wine, maybe three, just to be honest. And then the next morning, getting up and doing, the couple cups of coffee, and then just not throughout the day, obviously catching up on the water. And
Mhm.
so now I am avid. I don't go anywhere without. I am that water cup person.
Good for
Not as
you.
bad, not as bad as my daughter with the 46-ounce Stanley cup that's this big. I just saw a meme the other day with these guys carrying around trash cans and with big straws. I'm not that bad, but I always have water. Always have water.
I think that's a good thing. You really can't have too much water. I didn't know that that could affect you that much. That's a good cautionary tale. Thank you.
I can do better. That's all I'm gonna say. I
Yeah.
hit myself when you said water because that is a weakness of mine. I never all my life, and I'll be 55 in September. So I have never really been a major water drinker. I do drink fluids, but it's not all the right fluids. So that is something funny that you mentioned that because that's something that me and my coworker mentioned early today as far as me at least trying to get 2 bottles in throughout my day at work. At least it's a start.
It's hard to build a habit if you're not used to it. Yeah, for sure.
If I may share, there's a technique that I learned before that, for example, if you're always looking at your phone, before you look at your phone, you have to drink water or something like that. Something that you do usually, for example, if you're always looking at Facebook, before you do that, you'll have to drink water for you to have access to your Facebook. In that way, you'll be able to drink more water.
That's a great idea. Yeah, we would all be all set with water. Every time we pick up this thing, we have to drink some water.
We will be all overhydrated.
We'll be peeing a lot. That's a great suggestion. Thank you. I might try that. That was going to be my next question for everyone is keeping an eye on the time. Actually, let's hold off on this question and remind me, I'll come back to it at the end because I do want to talk about the last thing, which is exercise. How does exercise or lack thereof affect your energy? How does that affect you in your business?
For me, I've got to do something. So I did adopt again recently the Mel Robbins little routine that she does in the morning. Even if you just get outside for 10 minutes, make sure you're getting something in to start the day. So I try not to beat myself up if I'm not getting 10,000 steps, but I try to get out there, whether it's walking the dog or whatever I'm doing to start the day before you pick up any electronics, before you do anything, just get out there, ground yourself. And I've found that has helped me tremendously. And
Yeah.
I'm not a morning person and I hate getting up early. But I've been making myself do it and it's made me feel so much better instead of hitting the snooze button.
Yeah. Does it give you more energy throughout the day? Yeah, that's the key.
Definitely.
That's the key. I love that. It's so simple. I think the word exercise can be intimidating, but it doesn't have to be. It can just be a walk. Brenda.
That's me. Yeah, going to lunch. So I'm just I have to get myself back into the swing of things. But so I at my physical job is I work for Governor's Office of Homeland Security. And we were recently in February taken over by the military. So because we work 10-hour shifts, which kind of it does make it a lot difficult to keep up with, my real estate and different things, not impossible. But we are allowed 1 hour a day for exercise. So I do my 1 hour for exercise, but the building that we're in is so large that we get to walk. So I walk 10,000 steps a day, 7 to 10, depends on like my work duties. But I'm 2 weeks out. So I have to next week, I promise next week, myself next week that I'm going to get started back, picking back up my 10,000 steps a day.
I love
When
that
I was
it's
doing it, I felt
supported
better.
by your employer.
I'm sorry, repeat that for me.
I said that's great that it's supported by your employer, that you're given
Oh,
time
yeah.
to exercise. That's wonderful.
They say if we got to be here 10 hours, then you better try to get yourself moving and get your blood pumping. So,
Excellent. All right, now time for my question. What is everyone going to do? Sounds like Patty's made some really good changes already, but what's everyone going to do? Just one small thing to start implementing or tweak or improve or do more of, with the goal of improving your energy day to day.
Yes, I'll start. I mean, drinking more water. Um, I am deficient in that area, drinking more water and not just exercising at work. I want to, when I get off, maybe in the morning or when I get off in the evening, just do a little extra exercising before bed or something that's just going to kind of keep my energy going. If anybody's like me in 2020, kind of made us a lot lazier. We were not moving around as much when COVID hit. And so I am still trying to get back on track from that, even though it's 5 years later. I can still feel what has occurred as far as my laziness has gotten a little bit more less in moving. So that's what I want to do. I want to move more.
All right. Well, hopefully come back on this call again. We do this every week, every Thursday at 1 o'clock Eastern. Come back, give us updates, let us know how it's going. I'm gonna read one comment in the chat here. Oh, no worries if it's loud there. Go to bed earlier with no phone. Ooh, that's a good one.
That is a very good one. Mm.
I like it.
Yeah, I set my phone now. You can set it for do not disturb. I set my phone for do not disturb. I did that when I decided that I was going to do this real estate thing, just so I wouldn't be tempted to pick up the phone after 9 o'clock at night. But you can also set it so that your favorite people can get through. So my other concern is I have a daughter, a sister who's battling some cancer right now, and a 89-year-old dad. So all those people need to get through to me at whatever hour it's going to be. So I've made sure that my phone doesn't, it's not going to wake me if it's somebody else, but those people can get through. And I've found that that has given me so much more peace of mind and able to sleep at night because of that. So I don't have to worry about
Yeah.
them.
Same. I have the same thing. My do not disturb turns on at 8 p.m. and I have a handful of people who can get through, and that's it. And everyone else can wait till tomorrow. So. This was a great conversation. Thank you all. I will see you next week. If you're part of the Quiet Success Club, we're meeting at 4 today, every Thursday. At 2 o'clock, right on the hour, I'm teaching a class for KW Wellness. So if you're part of that, or even if you're not, it's open for everyone. You can come to that one. Just message me. I'll get you the link. We're going to be talking about communication skills and how to improve them. And I made a brand new slide deck. So I'm excited for that. But all right, see you guys next week. Thank you. Oh yeah, there's the link. Beautiful. Thank you.